we touched on the emergency locum service before, and once you are registered, it's really a terrific way of getting diverse experience. It's one thing to work in a city pharmacy all your life, but when you eventually also want to buy a pharmacy in the future, if you've got on your resume that you've had experience in all these different pharmacies, and each one will be totally different, and there is a certain knack to walking into a place where you've never been before and just really take control. And to get that experience by doing a week slot or a couple of days in different places is invaluable. So this is an example of just some of the places you could go to. Is there anybody that doesn't like travel? No? Who wants to get paid to travel? Okay, well, there's your answer. So this is you can see that this scheme is part of the fifth agreement, which is why the Pharmacy Guild, we run it for the Pharmacy Guild, and that's why the travel expenses are covered by the government, and why you get the additional rate of pay. Who knows what the current rate of pay is for a pharmacist just doing a regular locum in a Sydney pharmacy? Anybody have any ideas? You think it's 60? 30. 30 is probably closer. Not wanting to, berate any pharmacy group, but rumour has it that, who works for a Chemist Warehouse? Okay. Well, I heard that maybe it was about a year ago, they dropped all their pharmacists' rate of pay down to the award, like around about 26, is that what the award is? $27 an hour. So that's what you get if you work for them, but generally a normal middle-of-the-road rate in Sydney would be $35 an hour. Some are still paying under, but generally $35. What do you think you'd make if you did a locum in the country? Yeah, it'd be about 40, and obviously more for weekend work. And so with this scheme, you're going to a country town and you're getting $60 an hour. So it's certainly, it's a better rate because you're called in an emergency and you have to be flexible enough to drop everything and go. Okay, social networking. Who's liked my Facebook page already while we've been sitting here? What sort of Generation Y are you? Haven't you all got your phones handy? And that's what you should be doing. If you do that, in the future you can get alerts for emergency jobs that come through on Facebook. You can keep up to date with the industry. There's information that we post, and maybe it's not worth it now, but with Twitter, once you're registered, you'll also receive alerts. We tweet emergency jobs, and so that way, many years ago when I first started, I had an emergency job and I used to have to sift through about 50 sheets of paper to see who might be free on Wednesday to go to Parramatta to do a one-day job. Now all I do is either tweet it, stick it on Facebook, or email it out to all the pharmacists in New South Wales. And generally within 15 minutes, somebody's already grabbed that job. So technology certainly has changed the face of pharmacy as far as that's concerned. Once you're registered, and I think I've seen some interns as well have some professional profiles on LinkedIn, but probably not as essential as Facebook. Now, email addresses. There's nothing that an employer dislikes more than seeing on a beautiful resume that Kirsty has composed, Sexy Susan 69 at hotmail.com. Now, do you think the employer might look at the candidate with a fabulous resume a little bit differently if they see that sort of email address? I think so. So if you've got any crazy resume, any crazy email addresses, keep it for contact with your friends. But if you want to put it on your resume, change it to something that incorporates your name and maybe a Gmail address. I mean, Hotmails have been discontinued anyway or converted to something else. But maybe get a Gmail, and it just enhances the whole professional look of your resume. And also, as far as Facebook is concerned, who has an open Facebook page where anybody, if I wanted to look at what you've been doing, I could see it? Who has no restrictions as to privacy on their Facebook page? No one. Why is everybody looking at you? What's your name? I'm going to check.
Shredded underscore.
Okay. There are employers who will look at your Facebook page, check out your photos, look what you've been doing. So whatever you do, make sure it's either private or you don't put stuff up there that you wouldn't want an employer to look at, because a lot of people have not been given jobs once employers have looked at their Facebook page. You know, drunken photos at parties just don't actually do it for some people that want to employ you. So that's just a word of warning. Who's not worried about that? Good. Nobody here drinks or parties or anything. That's fabulous. Okay. So I want you to think of me rather than Seek as your first line of contact. We're a specialist pharmacy recruitment agency. Seek covers everybody, but we only do pharmacy. So if you come to us, you have a problem, you have an issue, then we will certainly try and help you with it, no matter what the area is. If you're having trouble finding a job, we can't perform miracles, but we'll certainly try and think outside the box to see what we can do to help you. So if you want to ring me at any point in time, I'm more than happy to talk to you. You won't be handed across to some automated machine. You'll always get somebody in the office. And if you want any advice on anything to do with pharmacy, I hope you'll think of us first. Thank you very much.